So I tried to shortcut my own process. How crazy was that? Let me tell you what happened. I'm in the process of finishing my latest book, and I was doing all the writing part of it. As you know, there's all that writing part, which actually is quite the easy part for you and me, because we know stuff, don't we, that we can share. But the hard work comes in the editing side of things. And because although I've got a process to write a book, which is a procedure because I'm highly procedurally based, I decided to shortcut it, which was crazy, really. So I ended up writing the first chapter. That was great. And got into the second chapter. And I'm starting to think, hang on a minute, if I covered this in the first chapter, or was I going to cover that in the third chapter? And I was all over the place. So what I had to do was to go back and do, and this is the theme of this video for you and me today, is that I've got to go back and do the proper preparation so that I'd got the template, I'd got the formula, I'd got the methodology for cascading my knowledge, my experience, my expertise, and my take on stuff onto paper through onto my Mac. And I made a mistake. And what prompted me to think about this and realise it was a mistake was this. I went to see the immersive Van Gogh exhibition with my wife Sharon. It was local, it was in Leicester. And it was great, it was about an hour, it was interesting. But what really got me was that in the reception, after we'd been through the exhibition itself, and it was you sat there and things were happening on the walls, it was all moved, it was great fun to go to. There was a quote by Van Gogh, and I've got it written down here on my iPad. I'm going to read it to you, and it's this. There are two ways of thinking about painting: how not to do it and how to do it. How to do it with much drawing and little colour. How not to do it with much colour and little drawing. And you know, I heard years ago that Da Vinci and all great artists paint by numbers. Surprising. They do their drawing, and then on the drawing they write, make annotation about the code for the various colours that are going to go on that painting. And then when they come to do the painting, they are in effect painting by numbers. Isn't that so true? And then I heard and saw another quote, which again got me into this main theme for today, when it was from Muhammad Ali. And he said this, and again I've got it written down here for us. This one sends a shiver up the back of my neck, I must say. Phenomenal quote. The fight is won or lost far away from the witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights. Isn't that just beautiful? Let me say it again. The fight is won or lost far away from the witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights. And what's this all about? This is all about preparation. You know the old expression, the six-piece principle. It's supposed to be an old FBI expression, whether or not it is, I don't know. Proper planning prevents particularly poor performance. There's other versions, obviously. Proper planning prevents particularly poor performance. And I found with the book that once I went back and did the proper planning, then I could accelerate through the activity. It would be a bit like if I was going to run the 800 metres and halfway round at 400, I stopped for a moment to think, what shall I do for the second half? I mean, I'd lost, I'm like. But if I prepared properly, I can get into the race, if it is a race, and just completely get it done. So look, this is the way I think of it, that, excuse me one second, let me just sort that out, I'm back there. Put that one back up there, is that working? Yes, I always like to bring that up at the end. You could take this idea away and use it. And if you find yourself stuttering in the activity, would be worth asking the question, hang on a minute, have I prepared enough? I'm certainly taking it away. I'm using it all the time now. I'm spending more time on prep, not over prep, but more time on prep. So when I get into action, boy, can I get stuff done. So I continue to wish you success in all your adventures in life. From me, Peter Thompson, there's more of these videos about. And if you like them and you've liked this one, go have a watch of those, and I'll see you there. Goodbye for now.